This is a podcast called 25 Whistles, talking football, and they all wear a whistle. Yeah, it's stupid, but what did you expect? It's a podcast called 25 Whistles. 25 Whistles.
Hey, welcome, Edible Whistle. I had a rotten weekend in every form. Arkansas losing, it wasn't just a loss, it was a terrible loss. It was complete disaster. And then my Oregon bet, I lost $3,000 on the Oregon bet.
Oh my!
It was terrible. I had a net plus weekend, but that was my biggest bet. I hit Arkansas plus 10 for 2,000, and I hit the Cowboys. Bet them plus 2.5 for 2,000, so I made it. But the bet that I told everybody would win, it was a bad loss. Somebody messaged me, was like, I bet money and I lost, and my husband's irritated, so I just paid him back on Venmo.
No, you didn't.
I
Really?
did. I'm not doing any more because once I let that cat out of the bag, I don't do any more. It was like when I was doing the teacher lists.
Yeah.
Once I admitted I had done a few, I wasn't doing any more because then 100,000 come at you. But it was a brutal weekend for me. It's a brutal weekend. I've never once in the history of my online or being somewhat known been like, the coaches lost the game. I've never said that because it's like there's so many things that can go wrong. The coaches lost the Arkansas game. And because it wasn't just a single person or a single area that failed. That might have been 30 seconds and that's it.
Okay.
It was drop punts. It was time management. It was penalties. There was like 5 different areas all in the span of like 12 minutes. And that is a coaching culture. That is not a player messed up here or there. We dominated Oklahoma State. Mm-hmm. I was getting texts from people going, yay, good for you. You're going to kill it. Tommy Chuck texted me. I didn't respond. I'm not even going to read it. And then when we lost the game, I let him have it. And he goes, you're right. I'm sorry.
What did Tommy say?
I shouldn't have done that. He goes, you guys are looking great.
I've been there.
Never.
Yeah. I thought about it for a half second.
Nah, don't do it.
Never.
Don't do it.
Because I will blame you for the loss.
Exactly.
But I did tweet, this was an absolute coaching failure because it wasn't just like a fumble, a punt drop, a penalty, a time management thing. What do we do on fourth down? It was all of that in a quick span, and that's not any individual's fault. That's not having them ready.
Yeah.
That's a coaching thing. And I don't think we should change coaches. But it was the worst I have felt in years, and we've had worse seasons and worse defeats. It was the worst stuff. I said on the show this morning, it's the only time I've ever thought about it. I'm not giving me more money.
Dang.
I didn't.
Hardcore.
I didn't. I'm still there. But that's the only time I ever felt like that. Where it's like, if this is what it's going to be, I'm not giving them any more money because I give them a lot of money. So.
And we just talked about that with Coach Leipold.
Yeah. But I'm still pissed. That's all. I'm done. But that was my weekend. And then I was like, at least Oregon's going to make me a lot of money. And then they barely beat Boise. But hey, Too Much Access 2-0 so far this season.
Let's go.
They've been on Too Much Access. They win.
Yeah.
Kansas lost.
Yeah, but that wasn't
Illinois
Too Much
beat 'em.
Access.
That wasn't.
No, I know. That was on the show.
Yeah.
But like Coach Leipold, I like him a lot.
Yeah, me too.
And I was rooting for him. Mm-hmm. And then Illinois beat him. But Illinois played pretty good.
Yeah, you know it's going to be tough.
Yeah. Notre Dame got beat.
Oh, my God.
What on earth was that?
That's hilarious. I mean, number 5 team playing Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame. I pulled the clip of the school call, the local. It feels like a college because it's just a small town.
Yeah.
So here's the NIU broadcast because Notre Dame was trying to kick a field goal at the very end of the game. Okay, here we go.
He's lining it up. 5 seconds left. NIU up 16-14. 62-yarder. Snap, hold, Jeter's kick. It's blocked! It's blocked! It's blocked! Picked up by NIU! Picked up by NIU! The Huskies have done it! The Huskies with the biggest upset in NIU history! They come to South Bend, Indiana, and they knock off the number 5 team in the country.
Yeah.
NIU 16, Notre Dame 14. The football gods were shining down on NIU.
Oh my!
Great
That's
call.
awesome.
It gives me chills because I know being a school like that, going in, you're playing the number 5 team in the country, much less Notre Dame, and at the end when you know, okay, it's probably not going to work out. We played really well, but they have an opportunity to win, so they're going to win.
You're kind of waiting for it.
Of course.
Yeah.
So was I the whole freaking game.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
But that was awesome, and I loved it.
With your money, you mean?
No, I'm talking about Arkansas, Oklahoma State. Gotcha. What was funny about this was, first of all, shout out NIU. Their coach was he went to school there, and
You went to school at Notre Dame?
no NIU.
Oh, okay.
And he was crying in the post game. It was awesome to see because he was like, "This is my dream job." And so, and I last week was talking about Notre Dame's coach. I still love him.
Heck yeah.
He's awesome, but they're done now.
What was the Northern Illinois coach the one telling him? I think they showed his like pregame speech, and he was telling them like, "We're not playing a logo. We're playing the man right in front of you."
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool when he said that.
I didn't see
He's like,
that.
"Don't go into this game thinking you're playing this big school. You're playing the man in front of you, and you're just trying to beat that one person. And if you do that, we can win this game."
Feels like a pretty common speech, though.
Oh, I
honestly, if I about that one.
I never heard that one.
And looking back now, it looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure he said that all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was it's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah.
There were a lot of upsets. I was just going to read this text I sent Caitlin's dad. So he is an OU fan, diehard, and he texts me, great start when the game started.
Oh, no.
So he says, great start. And I say, let's pump the brakes. I send him a meme, let's pump the brakes. And he goes, oh, sorry, I'll refrain from any positive comments till the game is over. And then he says, I'll miss the second half because he had to go and babysit his grandson while they're. And I said, this is exactly what I said to him, and I posted this on my social media. I said, okay, well, you can't watch the second half. I'm going to give you a look into the future of what's going to happen. I said, quote, this is what I'll be saying in about 2 hours. Dang, they ended up running away with it in the fourth quarter. Oh, well, classic Arkansas to lose it like that. And then what happens? We freaking lose it in the fourth quarter and then get beaten overtime.
Yeah, that's crazy. You called it.
And then I sent it back to him. I said, just making sure you saw this. And he knew not to respond to even that.
But when you sent that, were you being sarcastic?
No.
Or were you hoping you're right in this to
No,
do the
I'm-
reverse jinx?
It's not even reverse jinx. This happens every time.
I get that.
It's happened so many times that's the expectation. And when it doesn't happen, you're like, wow, I can't believe we won. And that I'm the loser. And I put the statement out. I'm a loser. I'm a big loser when it comes to sports. I'll be a loser. I'll never not be a loser. And why I let it affect me so much, that's on me. That's my fault. I'm still pissed. And I promised myself this season I was not gonna live and die. And I did. If we'd have got beat 30-2, got lucky with one safety, I'd have been like, well, that sucks. Looks like we're gonna suck again. Hopefully we get better as the season goes. I would have liked that better than what happened here.
It's that little string of hope.
It was not even a string of hope. It was a full boat towing rope of hope because we were dominating them. We dominated them every stat. Every stat we dominated them. Oh my God.
Double overtime?
Double overtime. And not only that, they wouldn't have scored the second overtime had our linebacker not picked the dude up and slammed him and got a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oh, yeah.
Everything we did, we were not coached well. And again, hopefully we get coached better. Bobby Petrino's the man. And Taylor Green was great.
That quarterback was good?
Yeah, it's great. He threw a pick, but he got hit and the ball went up. But it was bad. Anyway, I'm so pissed still right now.
Sorry, man.
That's all right. Kevin won.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah.
Do you want to win, though?
I don't know.
I know.
But I like it.
I know.
Okay.
But
I'm going to take it while I can because they're not going to come very often this year. So right now, I'm going to enjoy it. If we keep winning and it's week 8, then I'm like, ooh, guys, we need to tackle here.
If you want to early, and I agree, it's going to be hard for me to root against. However, and it was a good win. I mean, they beat the freaking Bengals.
Yeah.
I watched pretty much the whole game.
Yeah.
But it's that weird, and it's different than college because in college, you lose a bunch, you just don't go to a bowl game, and then you don't get recruits. In the NFL, if you lose, you get a better pick.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna lose, you might as well. It's like the NBA. Don't be mid. Either lose all and hope you get a good bubble, hope you get a good ball, or win all. Because if you go in as like a 8, so I'm glad you won. I was happy for you.
Thank you.
But I was like, man, after watching how bad Carolina played,
Oh, my gosh.
I was like, I want the number 1 pick if I'm Kevin. I don't want to win that much. You just take this unless for some reason you guys can win 12 or 13 games.
Yeah, getting playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoff contention.
Is that a possibility, I guess, is my question in your mind?
No.
Okay.
No, especially the division. I mean, we'll see what the Jets do tonight, but they all won yesterday. They're all good teams. You know, the Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, and we'll see what the Jets are tonight.
I wouldn't put the Patriots in there,
I'm
but
just
I was
saying,
happy.
1-0.
I was happy you won.
Want to know?
I was happy
I'll
you
take
won.
it because next week might be a completely different story.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ride it while I can.
Who you guys have next week?
Seahawks.
Yeah, you'll probably lose that.
At
you
home.
but you probably would have lost this one too. So
Exactly. Biggest upset
sweet potato pie, shut my mouth.
since 2018.
Alabama?
Really?
Yeah, spread-wise, yeah.
I was happy for you.
Thank you.
And I was happy for anybody. I was pissed all weekend.
Man, it would have been cool if like all of the teams won.
All of our teams?
Yeah.
I did. The Cowboys did win, which is great. It was a great victory.
Oh, it was a great win, dude.
I couldn't believe they were. I logged on at the beginning of the game on DraftKings, and they were plus 2.5.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know they're in Cleveland, but I'm not gonna not take some of that action. And that Oregon loss was still kind of hurt, and I was chasing a little bit. And so that's what I did. I put $2,000 on it.
There we go.
And I put two $1,000 bets on it. So if I was going to cash out, I was feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
So I did that. I cashed out for like 1830 on one, and then won the second one fully. But it looks solid.
Yeah, it looks good. I like what I saw. The defense again was really, really, really good. But again, just reminded me of last year because that's exactly how we started. Our defense was so good. We had a few picks, and our offense was decent, but not as good as we wanted it to be. And I kind of felt that this time around too. Like our offense started explosive. If we can get the ball to CeeDee Lamb, it was good.
I know. They were bracketing the whole game.
But if we couldn't get the ball to him, we were kind of in trouble.
Well, Brandon Cooks had a touchdown. He's going to have to be something.
Yeah.
But I'll say Zeke looked better than I thought he would.
Yeah.
I mean, Zeke's also not 50. He feels like he's 50 just because he's been around forever.
Right.
No.
But, I mean, if they could get some production out of Zeke, but every contract, well, those two contracts are signed. I mean, Parsons will come.
That's next.
Yeah, but it's
That's
not
the
like
next one.
they have to do it right now.
Yeah.
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 But
Did you guys watch the game?
Yeah.
Like with sound and everything?
Of course.
The Brady is what I'm asking. Tom Brady's first game.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
Two things. It's tough.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good,
Yeah.
but that's okay. It was the first game, so I didn't really expect it to be that good. It wasn't that good, but that wasn't my main takeaway. My main takeaway is when I don't see him, or if I don't know it's Tom Brady, he kind of sounds like a nerd.
Yeah, he sounds like a big nerd. I'll tell you what.
He kind of sounds like what I would sound like if I were if you didn't know it was Tom Brady, and you're like, just judge this person's voice. You would be like, that's not one of the elite football players in my life.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Which I liked. That's what I liked about the whole thing. Like for once, the GOAT isn't really good at something. He'll
be.
probably be good
He will
eventually. But for the first time around, like this is cool. We normalized him a little bit.
Yeah, and I didn't want to go Tom Brady sucked because I saw the internet really give it. He should have not been that good his first time.
Yeah.
They probably should have not put him on the Cowboys 3 p.m. game. They
one.
could have easily put their number one team on a really good game in that first block. But again, he's
The
Brady.
New York
They're paying
one,
him, they're
New York,
paying him the money.
Minnesota.
Oh no,
Gosh.
on the Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers game.
No.
But yeah, no. My big takeaway was not that he wasn't good because I think he will get better. Just his voice. They need to put more. They need to
Bass.
They need to go in. They need to have an engineer
Yeah.
Put the lows up there.
go in and make his voice deeper.
Yeah.
Because you can do that without actually affecting the voice. You just make the lows lower.
They do that to us. That's what we do in
Yes.
these mics.
Yes. Yeah, because he just sounds like a nerd. His voice sounds like a nerd.
Yeah, yeah.
But what I liked about it, and he'll have to fix it. He'll go back. I'm sure he's listen to
Oh, he's
everything.
killing them today.
Ooh,
Yes.
He would say that?
No.
I said that.
Yeah,
Yes.
He's doing that as the game's going. Like, I felt that because I do that too.
Yeah,
we
I was
do
like,
that.
he can't be a fan. Like, you can't be a fan. Like, no, you can't do that. That's so funny.
It's a tough week one for him.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
It makes you realize how good, who's the Panthers tight end? Who was
By the
there?
way,
Olsen.
that's who was the big winner yesterday.
Yeah.
Because
That's
the
true.
entire internet was like, we miss Greg Olsen.
They're like justice for Olsen.
Because that was the duo,
Because
right?
he was awesome.
Yeah.
And he was actually very classy when he got the job taken away from him. Like, he did a ton of interviews, and he's like, you know what? It's Tom Brady. It sucks. He was saying like, yeah, it sucks, but I'm going to do my job. I'm on second team now. He did the Super Bowl, right? Didn't he do the Super Bowl?
Greg Olsen.
I think Nance.
Was that Fox?
Maybe.
I think.
I mean, if it was Fox, they
did
did.
Olsen do the Super Bowl last year? And then
I
gets,
feel like he did.
I do too.
Yeah.
And then I feel like then he was regulated.
Yeah, it was Greg Olsen.
Yeah, I thought so.
Wow.
How about that?
But he got deregulated for Tom
because of
Brady.
Brady.
That's it. That's it. I don't think
Anybody
anyone else could have done that.
And then what did he do? Did he do the Panthers game?
He did a Steelers Falcons.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a disaster game too. Just because the
All
Steelers just
field
kicked goals
goals.
in the
Oh
whole
my
game.
God.
6
Like, it
field
was
But
so
also
awful.
too, like Tom didn't know what to say at times, which is weird.
Yeah.
Like you talk all the. I mean, you know the game
I don't
better
think
than
it's he
anyone else.
doesn't know what to say. There is definitely it's a relationship with you and the play-by-play guy. Sometimes you don't know when to talk or if they're going to talk, and you definitely don't want to step on each other. And so it's very much like if you're going to make a show, like an afternoon show,
Yeah.
or a sports radio show with two people that have never really worked together. It's like a dance. You got to learn when other people. I would say it's like us on stage. You know when I'm making little movements, where I'm about to go, if I'm taking a breath, you know when to take the. All of that happens
Right.
with your partner.
But stop talking right now. That's what the game sounded like.
I know.
Like we were quiet for 10 seconds.
Yeah,
I'm
it
like,
was.
why is he not talking?
And then you hear, ooh.
but I would say that's what that was. Them just not understanding
Okay.
how to work together yet.
He's gonna get better.
He absolutely will.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd put more oomph in his mic. And he kind of sounds like this.
Yes, it wasn't good.
But he will be great. All right, time for the tittle tattle. Let's go.
It's time for the stupidest name ever. It's the tittle tattle with Kickoff Kevin.
In honor of Red Zone being back, what is the longest you think you could host a radio station without taking a break?
Whoa.
But here's what I'll say about Red Zone. There are breaks because he just throws in, the game just goes for a couple minutes.
A little bit.
Yeah, no, they
breaks.
switch, but I mean, yeah, but it's not like he's just going for 8 hours. He can pee if he
Dang.
needs to.
He says he doesn't.
I know, but he could if he really had to. It's like a song. I would say it's like going, hey, you have to do a mute, like it'd be an actual quote unquote DJ, which I am not. Never call me a friggin' DJ. And play songs. How long could you go? Well, that's just a sleep thing. So probably like 40 hours. I had to do that once in a snowstorm
Really?
because nobody could get in or out of the station. And we didn't have, it wasn't where the songs were in a computer system. We had to switch out CDs. And I think I did about 40 hours once.
Dang, that's crazy.
Jeez.
I know. And I think I fell asleep once during Ricky Martin's She Bangs. And I remember.
What a song.
I know. And I remember hearing the end of it and being like, oh, that's interesting. And then, oh my God. And then I was like, it was that silence for like Tom Brady.
Oh, no.
So I think he does an excellent job, but he does get little breaks.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening for like 10 minutes straight. I'm like, gosh, this guy's good.
Yeah, oh,
Like,
yeah.
He just talks for so long.
Yeah, he's definitely good. But if doing this, if I had to just talk, my voice would die. And
Yeah.
with no 5 hours, 6 hours. What does he go? 8,
7.
7, 8? Yeah. No, he's good. But let's not forget, he does get little breaks.
Okay.
If he needs one. Don't they play commercials too at one point during the game?
Yes. Yes.
Dude,
they
there's
They're
do.
like
little-
little, little side. Yeah, on the side there.
All right, what else you got?
All right. After barely beating Boise State on Saturday, do you think Oregon fans should start feeling worried?
Boise's pretty good, but yeah, I think Oregon fans are probably realizing they should probably have a little more humble pie, eat a little more, be humble. You know, Kendrick,
Be humble.
Be humble.
Be humble. Halftime
Because it
football.
may not
Sit
work.
down.
It may not work out in the exact way that you think it's going to, because it's going to get harder.
Yeah.
But this also could be really great for them. I mean, it could. There's a lot of learning, and it's best to learn when you win.
Sure.
That's the best learning, is you
True.
have to learn the hard way, but you also still get the W. Dylan Gabriel played okay. 2 touchdowns, 240 yards, decent stat line. They won a game-winning field goal. In the fourth quarter, they were up by like 10 for a minute and I thought, okay, here it goes. And the Boise just kept coming.
Did you watch that game or no?
Yeah, well, yeah, I had $30,000 on it, so I watched.
That's
most
true.
of
But
it.
it was late. That's why I asked.
9 o'clock start.
Yeah, I was up for the first half, and I couldn't stay up after that. But that running back for Boise is a stud.
He's stud.
Jeez.
He's stud. So, yeah, if I'm an Oregon fan, I definitely am worried that maybe I had too few fears going into the season. That you now kind of have to start paying more attention to. Who are we playing? How can we beat them? Will we beat them? Instead of just going, all right, here's another W. Let's just get to the playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What else?
All right. Going to the NFL, which team's loss should cause more fans concern? The Bengals, the Browns, or the Falcons?
Let's talk about it individually. The Falcons, you're looking at a guy who's coming off a terrible Achilles injury. I'm just not going to penalize Kirk Cousins for not being that good yesterday. That's first game back after that Achilles is maybe the worst. Other than Alex Smith, whenever he lost his whole leg, basically, that Achilles is about the worst thing that can happen to you because it takes so long. So I'm definitely not going to hold Kirk Cousins accountable for having a game that really wasn't that great. I thought they would do a bit better, but I'm going to take Cousins off of that. I still think the Falcons will end up being pretty good. Secondly, the Bengals, I don't know. I bet them live, and I was like, oh, for sure they come back and win this
I
thing.
think we all thought that.
Yeah. That Gesicki touchdown that got called back
It was huge.
was a big, like they had a chance. But the Browns, Deshaun Watson cannot play quarterback. He just can't play quarterback. He's done. There were throws he was making that weren't even close.
No,
like
not
he
even
was
close.
like throwing flag and outs, and not throwing it out of bounds, but throwing it into the sideline.
Yeah.
Over. If I'm the Browns, I'm going defense, please God. And please put Jameis Winston in it.
Yeah, we need Jameis.
They also can't really trade or cut Watson. That's just too much. It sucks for Browns fans because I feel like in a different timeline, I'm a Browns fan. That's what being an Arkansas Razorback fan is. It's a Browns fan. It's a Jets fan. No offense.
Dang.
It is.
Jersey.
It is. So
Catching strays.
if I am the Browns, I think I'm probably having the worst day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they have no quarterback, and they're not going to have a quarterback, and they're going to have that quarterback for another couple seasons.
Yeah.
That sucks. Or they're going to have to hold him, and he's going to eat up all the cap and be a bench player.
Yeah.
Defense looked fine, but the defense is only going to play so well until they're just like, man, screw this. It doesn't matter what we do. It's like the Jets last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last question.
All right, which new team debut impressed you the most? in
Hey,
week
Sam
1?
Darnold, MVP. Go, give it to him. He was 10 for 10 to start the game.
Yeah, he looked good.
Sam Darnold was 10 for he was 10 for 10. It was crazy. Darnold went 19 for 24, 208 and 2 touchdowns. The 208 number is a bit low, but they didn't have to do much. I mean, the Vikings kind of ran that game. The Texans are going to be really good because they have 4 legitimate offensive threats with Nico Collins. Nico Collins is their number one.
Man, that deep. That was him with a deep pass, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
2 guys on him.
Crazy. Diggs is, I don't even want to say a 2, but it's a 1.5. Diggs is 1.5. Nico Collins is so good.
Yeah.
Diggs is also really good, but Diggs is also kind of a Tank and then Mixon,
Yeah.
who ran the crap out. Like they are a 4. It reminds me of with the 49ers a bit. Now, Mixon's not McCaffrey, but Nico Collins is probably better than Ayuk, and they actually have a number 2. But the Texans were really good. The Cowboys' defense and Zimmer was solid.
Pretty awesome.
They just need somebody offensively to join the club.
Yeah, we need
They need somebody in the treehouse. They need somebody else to come up to the
another
treehouse.
pair of hands out there.
And we go back to the Eagles. They look good. I mean, Saquon looked great.
Man,
and I know
Giants.
that happened on Friday night.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. But between Hurts and Saquon and Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown, like they're probably going to be as good as we thought.
That's gonna be tough. Yeah.
And Jordan Love out for
Few
3,
weeks.
4, 5 weeks. Sucks for the Packers. If they can go, let's say it's 5 weeks. If they can go 2-3, that's big. They can win 2 of the 5. That's big for them. Who's going to play quarterback? Is it Malik Willis? Just got traded up from the Titans. Are they going to go? Speaking of the Titans, will they go and get the last starter here?
Ryan Tannehill.
Oh yeah. What's he doing? Is he on the couch?
He's on the couch,
So
but he said he's only coming back for like a great deal. A great deal.
I got you.
A deal's a pickle, but my
Yeah, no,
accent's
I got the accent. I got you, dude.
Yeah, so if I were to pick who impressed me, I think the Texans probably overall seem like the team that could actually be a real factor because they have so many weapons and they're good defensively, right? It's not like
Yeah.
they're lopsided.
yeah.
But who I didn't expect to be, I mean, the Vikings, man.
Yeah.
I expect Sam Darnold to come out just doing that. So Mike D calls himself an aging fan. I think we're all aging, but what is your issue?
I'm 33 years old, and I was thinking of getting a CeeDee Lamb jersey this season.
Okay.
He's 25 years old. It feels weird to me. Having somebody who is younger than me, like, represented on my body.
Interesting.
Because you think as a jersey wearer, you're a kid and it's like an adult who you look up to.
Yeah, every time I've had a jersey, it's been somebody older than me, like Romo. They were older than me, and now I'm like, oh, I want another jersey. He's 25.
That's a good point.
I never really thought about that either.
Yeah.
Now let me think about any jerseys I have that I wear.
Well,
Now,
you
not a
have
big
Caitlin
jersey
Clark.
guy. I don't wear it.
Oh, you know?
I wore it one time just to be like, what up? But that was only to prove a point and for like an hour on the show. Like
Okay.
I've never actually worn it. I will wear an Andre Dawson jersey that I have. I wore to Fanatics
Older?
Fest. Way older, probably 60s.
Yeah.
Mark Grace.
Older?
Cub, older. That's
What's the
Kobe. I wore a Kobe jersey when we were in Arizona. And I bought that from the 90s store.
older? There's no one else that you wear that's
I don't think, now that I think about it, I think I would feel weird wearing the jersey of someone younger than I am.
It does feel weird.
I wear a Dak Prescott jersey.
Oh, man, that's
and
weird.
he's younger than I am.
I know.
So that is kind of weird. But I've never thought of that just because it's
I have
my
no idea.
team. And I would easily wear a CeeDee Lamb jersey, a Micah Parsons jersey, a Diggs. I don't care. Like, that's my team. I'm not worried that they're younger. But now that I think about it, it's weird.
It's a little weird because I don't think I would have been worried about it either. But now that you bring it up, I think I would only wear the jersey of like someone that I looked up to when I was a kid, not an athlete now because I know too many athletes now and they're bigger idiots than I am, and I'm a pretty big idiot.
Sure.
And I guess I don't want to wear a jersey of
A dumb kid.
yeah.
But, like if you look at, like you go to a game and you see the stands, there are a lot of people in jerseys. And I would say 80% of them are wearing the jersey of a younger person.
But I would
than
say
them.
100% of them aren't us.
So we're cooler than all them?
No,
Just that.
we're just saying this. That I never thought about it either. But Mike brings up a great point. It'd be tough for me to wear a jersey of a current player now.
Gosh, I never thought about
Because
that.
I only wore jerseys of players that I looked up to, and I don't look up to any athletes now. Because I just see them as flawed humans.
You don't look up to Tom Brady as being the GOAT?
As just a really great quarterback. But Tom Brady's also older than I am.
He's older than us?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He just retired, and he was older than us.
Yeah, Tom Brady's older, but by a couple years.
LeBron's older than us?
No, LeBron's a couple years younger.
Gosh, so he's really the only one that's currently playing. I mean, he just retired. That's older than us.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear a jersey of a current athlete.
Because when I think of like getting a jersey, it's like somebody who I aspire to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone you look up to.
And that's not it.
And as a kid, we looked up to them as athletes, but also we were like, they must be great people too because they're great athletes.
But we're also not wearing their jersey because we want to be them as people. We like them as a player.
yeah, but the person part of it still is a factor.
Really?
Yeah,
Do you
so-
think of them when you watch football? Like, I wonder what kind of person
Absolutely.
he is.
Every single one of them.
Like Tyreek Hill. We know what kind of person he
Bad
is.
dude.
We know exactly what kind of guy he is.
Yeah, bad dude. So yeah, that's a good question. Never thought about it, but now that I do think about it, I don't think I could wear a jersey of a current player.
Man, I don't think I'm going to do it.
You're
You
not
get-
going to do it?
You
No.
could if you could order one and just get like a number 1, a number 0, a number 90, whatever. You could put a number on it with no name. It doesn't matter.
I feel like those look a little lame.
What
mean,
do you think about your last name on it? Your last name.
I don't mind that. I have a ton like that people are giving me.
Yeah.
If I were going to wear a jersey, that's what I would wear. I would wear one with my name on it.
Maybe that's what you do, Mike.
And most of mine don't say, if I buy it, it doesn't say my last name. It says Bobby on it.
Right. Yeah. I just have the ones people giving me. And it says Garcia on it, which is weird because if it makes me feel like people see me and they think that I'm trying to be a player. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, why would he have his own?
You
Like,
think
because I don't know a
no.
number
You
four.
said that when you go golfing and you're in like the gear, like, oh, you're a professional?
Yeah. Like, remember the Puma stuff that we got? That's not just regular Puma stuff that we got. It was from Team Puma, which had logos that not every Puma shirt that you buy at Dick's Sporting Goods.
But nobody knew that. I didn't know that.
No, you can tell though.
But I didn't know that.
We look like legit golfers when we wear that.
We
gear.
did not. So I had to deal with Puma because they gave me clubs or clothes. They gave me all kinds of stuff. And so I was like, Eddie, take some of this stuff because it was like boxes and boxes of it. And he was like, some of this stuff's like for the pros. And I didn't know that. But it's the same. You could probably have bought it anyway.
No way. It's got logos on there that you just don't see the regular guy wearing.
But I wouldn't know the difference.
And then people probably look at us and be like, oh, these guys are pros.
No,
Look at
the
them.
only time I think that factors in is if you're wearing golf spikes at a golf tournament. That's the only time I'm like, all right, you're kind of a goober. Because golf definitely has if you're on the course, a dress code.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I don't mind you looking like a golfer, dressing like a golfer if you're just watching golf, because golf kind of has a dress code on the course. If you're wearing golf shoes and you're only watching, that's weird.
Who does that? Just in case they call me up.
That's weird. If you're an adult and you go to a baseball game with a glove,
I
with
saw
no
that.
kid. If you go with the kid in it's the kid's glove, and you're both taking your glove because you want to be with your son, that's fine. That's bonding.
Yeah.
If you're going to a baseball game and you're an adult and you're taking a glove and there are no kids with you, that's lame.
Man, but I just went to the Arizona Diamondbacks game, and I thought to myself, what am I? And we were in prime foul territory. Perfect. Like 14 rows back, right behind the net. This is it. If there's a righty up there, I'm going to get something. And nothing came my way, but I thought the whole time, like, what am I going to do? Am I going to use my hat?
You
Am I
use your bare hand.
Oh,
I wouldn't because I don't care enough about a ball. But if you're an adult man, you reach up with your bare hand and you grab it because I've seen many adult men reach up and catch them.
Yeah, we just saw White Sox and Rangers. I saw a dude catch it with his bare hand, just like no problem.
That's an animal.
I will not even try that because to catch a foul ball
It's gonna hurt.
from a random player is not worth breaking a finger.
Yeah.
Because if you don't catch it right in the palm, first of all, it's probably gonna bruise your palm, probably. And if you don't catch it exactly right, you could break a finger. If you're trying to make the claw shape with your hand to kind of catch it, and you're off by just a little, and it hits, a football hits your fingertip and it jams your finger.
Yeah.
A baseball coming that fast, especially if it's not any, even a pop fly coming straight down is gonna hurt.
Well, that's really what we were dealing with because it wasn't going to be a straight ball because of the net. The net was there. Man, but there was one I saw that went up to the second deck, and it's crazy. The guy, it looked like he was going to get it, and then it hit the seat and went all the way back down. And you got to be like, oh, that was so, so close.
Yeah, I'm not even trying. I would duck. The only way I wouldn't duck is if like a line drive were coming at Caitlin.
Yeah.
Then I would try to stop it, but I would not stick my hand out. I would probably try to stick my whole body in.
Secret
front.
Service style?
Yep. Because I think I could possibly misjudge it with my hand and it would still hit her.
Yeah.
I put my hand up and I miss. If that thing's cutting, curving, if it hits her, like, what, you can protect me?
Dude, and you'd be hailed a hero if you just dove and blocked her. You'd be on Sports Center.
Diving would look kind of lame if I'm diving like a Secret Service.
Or you dive and it doesn't even come close to you guys.
That also is a risk. But I think I may just take her and kind of
Move her a little bit.
Move her and just try to get in front of her.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I wouldn't mind taking that shot. But I don't think I'm ever going to wear a player jersey that's current. I don't think I was anyway, but now I for sure won't.
I was just
I'm
about to
never
order
going to
one.
be an adult. Well, you need to order it because Cowboys need all that money for that new Dak contract.
I know. You need to make that up.
I'm never going to be an adult and wear a glove with no kid. And I'm never going to wear golf shoes to watch golf if I'm not playing golf.
Yeah, that one's dumb. That one 100%. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. But you know what? If you ever have kids, Bones, you're going to get caught when you're going to be, your kids are going to go to the bathroom and you're going to be there with your glove and they're going to see you and be like, oh, is that Bobby there with a glove?
I don't care. I'll be like, wait a minute, my kids will be back in a second.
Hey, I thought they'll be here in a minute.
Yeah, just hold on. Just hold on. How'd you feel about the Dak contract? Highest paid player?
First thing I thought was all right, he better deserve it.
Well,
You
no,
better-
do you mean earn it? Because
Earn it. That's what I mean.
okay.
It's just tough,
Because
man.
I don't know
because
that he deserves it, but they never pay these quarterbacks on what they deserve. They always pay it on what it's always what we think we're going to get out of them.
So first thing, I never really understand the business of it. I look at a contract. They say highest paid, what's guaranteed, what's not guaranteed. What kind of bonuses, incentives, what is it?
Incentives?
Incentives are in there. I just don't understand that part of the game. So I see that.
Can you pull his contract, Mike, whatever you see, and read me, because I know it's $60 million a year, but I know it's 4 years, 240, but will you read if there are any of those that Eddie's mentioned that have been announced?
Incentives?
No, incentives.
So I see that, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy, the highest paid. But then I think, okay, it's the highest paid right now. He gets paid whatever, $60 million, but they could drop him whenever they want, correct?
A lot of it's guaranteed.
Oh, it is a lot guaranteed. Because I look at the Zeke contract a few years ago. It was the biggest contract a running back's ever gotten. What do? They keep him for a couple of years and they let him go.
There's also a lot of dead cap too if you do that, which means you might as well have paid him.
Oh, they lock it up.
You're not paying him. Again, a lot of different ways to break down a contract, but heavy signing bonus up front. They have to move the money around in order to make the salary cap work in different ways. But also, there are times where, let's say they do cut somebody, but there's also going to be a bunch of dead cap. Even though they're not paying it, they can't use it somewhere else.
Oof, that hurts.
So it's not like they're cutting someone to get that money to sign somebody else.
Yeah.
Like the Cardinals, when they tanked, part of their deal was, even when they traded Hopkins really close to the season, they had a bunch of dead, but they were trying to create so much dead cap that they weren't allowed to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
It still counted as spent money because teams have to spend a certain amount of money every year. That's the rule. You can't go this year we're only going to spend $10 whole million. There's a minimum on what they have to spend. So if Michael pull up the terms, if they've even announced it, what do you see?
I don't see any incentives like Eddie was talking about, but yeah, 240, 231 guaranteed, 80 million signing bonus.
So he's getting 231 guaranteed.
Yeah.
Over 4
That's
years.
amazing.
So the $9 million is probably coming in years 3 and 4, split 4.5, 4.5. And I'm just guessing that's what it is, or it could be 2.3 a year.
Good for him.
But so your thoughts?
It sucks because it just feels like what we liked about Tom Brady was he would take pay cuts so that the team would have enough money to pay other players, and then you can surround yourself by good people. Dude, with CD's contract and Dak's contract, what are we gonna have left?
What Tom Brady did, one, wasn't normal. You've seen Mahomes restructure his deal as well, maybe a couple of times now. Two, Brady had already won championships as well, and Brady already had his money.
Right, he was rich.
Meaning he was doing that, and he had been in the league long enough that he had his money.
No.
But he didn't want. But that was number one to him was to win championships. We don't know that that's Dak's number one.
Yeah.
Dak's literally maybe to have security for his family, his kids' family.
Yeah,
and
but
his
I'm not
grandkids'
talking about
family.
that. I'm talking about us as a fan.
They don't give a crap.
Right? They don't care. But it just, as a fan, it kind of hurts a little bit because we know that we can't get other players now.
But that can also
around
be
that.
the team's fault. I don't know that I blame Dak. I'm not gonna blame anybody for getting their money
No.
ever. But the team could have signed him a year earlier and saved $10 million. So another, $3 or $4 million a year, and use that to get other players. It's the team's fault too for not offering
Sure.
Dak a deal.
No, I'm not blaming Dak. I'm just, you asked me what I thought
Well,
about the
you
deal.
just said when Tom Brady gave up money, so that is blaming Dak.
I don't expect Dak or anyone else to do that. That's what was special about Tom Brady. He really, he would do that to win. And I just
But
feel
he didn't do it at first.
I didn't. He did it once he was older and had a lot of money, and he could do that.
I don't know why I'm sticking up for Dak so much, but
Well,
you're comparing him to Tom Brady, and it's just not a fair analogy.
and it's just the highest paid quarterback in the NFL,
And you
or
would
highest
want,
paid
and
player
you would
in
want to
the
be the
NFL.
highest paid as well.
100%.
Right. I love not just you, but everybody always wants to spend or tell other people when and how to get their money and what they should do with their money. And I'm not just saying this about you, but even I like what Tom Brady used to do with the teams, with the players. It's absolutely a business. To us, it's not. It's personal. It's very personal.
Because it's our team.
Right. With them, it is a business.
They're looking at their future.
And you get the most you can when with Brady, he'd already won championships, and he also knew that his business was being a champion. He could win more championships. That's way more money later on.
Yeah.
Why do you think he has a $300 million deal with Fox? Because he won 7 Super Bowls.
$300 million deal. That's what he signed. How long is he going to be doing this?
I don't know what his contract was. They were roasting him today again. I looked again. We took a little break a minute ago. I looked again, and it was nonstop roast fest.
10 years.
10 years
10
on the
years.
mic.
How much was the?
$375 million.
Woo.
See,
Hey,
if he'd have given some of that up, he'd get other broadcasters in there with him.
Other broadcasters that are better than him.
Yeah, he could have them in there with them. How much did you watch NFL wise?
Oh, the only game I watched was the Cowboys game because we were trying to catch a flight for the noon games. So I was driving to the airport listening to noon games. So I put it on Red Zone kind of in my car while all my kids, my family were in there. And dude, trying to listen to NFL Red Zone is hard. You think watching is tough? Listening is impossible. We had no idea what games they were talking about. So I listened for about 45 minutes while we drove to the airport. And then I had it on my phone, just kind of watching back and forth. But I never really got to watch a game until Cowboys and then the Sunday night game. I watched all of that.
The Lions-Rams.
Lions-Rams, great game.
Thoughts?
Awesome game. I feel like the Rams they had that game. I think they were. I really thought they were going to win that game. It hurt to watch that offensive lineman go against Hutchinson because once their starter went out, dude, they were just bullying that lineman.
Yeah, the Rams also had 5, 6 defensive players not able to play.
Yeah,
They were depleted on defense.
I know they had rookie cornerbacks at one point, and that's no good.
And I was watching them go against Jameson Williams, and that wasn't even Amon-Ra St. Brown. That was Jameson Williams was just toasting them.
Yeah.
That one long touchdown was just Jameson Williams being gone.
Without all that, I think the Rams could have won that game.
I think the Rams will be pretty good this year.
Yeah.
I think Stafford's going to be pretty good this year. I'll walk you through a couple of these, and since you had your dad's funeral, so we give you a pass.
Thank you. And that was mainly Saturday, which, man, I didn't watch any college, and I felt so left out because I placed all my bets before we left.
On college at all?
On college, I put 5 parlays. I did $10 on Notre Dame. I did $10 on Alabama to cover. I don't think I won one bet, but I didn't watch it, so it really didn't hurt. I wasn't watching myself lose the money.
Yeah, the pain isn't stabbing. It's just, oh, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
The stabbing sucked for me whenever the Titans ended up blowing that Bears game because I bet a ton.
Oh.
And I bet on the Titans money line and Titans +4. was like, this is over. And it was. And I think Caleb Williams had like 1 yard passing.
But he won the game and he celebrated.
He did, and I would have celebrated too. Will Levis sucked.
Yeah.
And it looked like with Will Levis, it wasn't a Bo Nix kind of sucked, where you could really see some flashes with Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix is going to be good. It was there's no hope here. It was a Daniel Jones kind of suck. He just has bigger muscles. Like, the only thing about Will Levis
He's ripped, dude.
is that he just has big muscles.
He looks like a cartoon character.
When he runs, you don't worry he's going to break in half, but he's not good. And I don't really see how it can be good.
How did Tony Pollard do?
I mean, really good.
Well-
I bet on him. I bet $50 on him to score the first touchdown. He did.
There we
I
go.
won like $500.
All right.
On that one. Yeah, Pollard looks solid. So I'll give you a couple thoughts on each game. Did you watch the Eagles Packers? That was a Friday night game.
I watched half of that, second half.
Saquon looked really good.
Yeah.
He looked really good.
It was weird to see him in Eagles jersey, but he looked good.
Jordan Love MCL injury. I did see a few minutes ago that they have contacted our boy here, Tannehill. No word yet.
Who's the backup in Green Bay, do you know?
Malik Willis. They just traded him from here.
Oh.
What will be hilarious is I think Green Bay plays the Titans coming up. That may even be next week? Mike, if you may look. How about that? Malik Willis comes back if he's the starter to play the Titans, the team that just traded him.
That's cool.
And Will Levis. It might be next week.
Yeah, 22nd.
Oh boy, how about that? Steelers Falcons. Cousin threw a couple bad picks. He obviously is coming out of rehab mode, so I'm not going to hold it against Kirk Cousins.
Justin Fields played, right?
Yeah, Russell Wilson was a late scratch, and in the most goober Russell Wilson way, he wore pads the whole time, even though he wasn't going to get in the game. There was no chance he was going to get in the game, and he still wore pads. It was such a goober. And I don't know if I would have thought it was a goober thing if I didn't already think he was a goober by everybody telling me he's a goober and showing me the goober things he does.
I'm ready, coach. I'm still ready.
Let's ride.
But they kicked 6 field goals and won the game.
Wow.
The Steelers did.
That's
They
amazing.
won 18-10.
Not one touchdown?
Falcons did. Pitts caught a touchdown.
Your boy, Kyle Pitts? Does he look better this year?
Well,
One game
yes,
in.
he did catch a touchdown, so I
Okay.
think that was pretty good.
Okay.
But the Falcons struggled yesterday, just in
You've
general.
been banking on him for years.
Bills 34, Cardinals 28.
Yes.
Josh Allen had 4 total touchdowns. The Cardinals scored a lot of points. Marvin Harrison didn't really put up numbers. Marvin Harrison could have won the game. At the end, he was wide open, and Kyler Murray just didn't see him.
Oh,
But
okay.
Kyler Murray looked pretty good.
Yeah, I saw some runs that he made that were really good. Dude, here's the
He's so
thing.
little.
He's so little. And here's the thing about Josh Allen. Like, I feel like he's so worried that they're not going to be good that he has to do everything himself. And the clips that I saw, is just like, he's doing too much as a quarterback.
I think that's always what he does.
But it's like, man, I can hear it. And I don't know, NFL's done something with the sound where it just sounds good this year. Like, you hear you can hear them when they get hit go, oh! Like, I'd never
I didn't
heard
hear
that
any of that.
before.
No, I didn't hear that.
It was amazing. Like, and every time he'd get hit, he'd go, oh!
Bears 24, Titans 17. Bears outscored the Titans 24-0 after being down 17-0.
Yeah,
Bengals, Patriots. Patriots won 16-10.
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. Good for Kevin, but whatever. Texans 29, Colts 27.
Richardson looks good.
He
looks good.
He did, and he made a couple just chunks.
Yeah.
Like rolling chunk. Richardson did look good.
Accuracy looked good.
On
His
that
legs
2-point
looked good.
conversion, too, at the end, he just ran through the guy. There was nobody open. He's like, got to make a play. And his size paid off. He lowered his head and ran through him. Texans did win. Colts did look good. Again, Joe Mixon, 30 carries, 160 yards. Stroud with 2 touchdowns, but not a big passing number, if I remember correctly. But he didn't have to. Like,
Yeah.
they were running the ball all over the Colts. Dolphins, 20, Jaguars, 17. Both looked good. Jaguars quick up. Dolphins came back, kicked a field goal to win it. Saints, 47, Panthers, 10. It was over from the beginning. I believe at one point it was 30-3.
Was it Carolina
Bryce Young's
looking?
first pass was interception.
Interception. I saw that. I heard it in the car.
Not only that, the Carolina offensive line was terrible.
Again,
The
that's what they need.
Bryce Young had no time, but also didn't look good. It was bad. I'm not giving up hope that they'll be a little better this year, but this was not the game.
So Saints look better than you think, or
Sa-
just playing the Panthers?
I don't know. Dude, it was so over so quick. I don't know. Carr looked good. I think Carr played. I don't have his stats here in front of me, but I think Carr ended up passing for a ton of yards. But how do you not?
Yeah.
I mean, the defense is so deflated. The offense can't score. Vikings beat the Giants. Sam Darnold, 2 touchdowns, went 10 for 10 to start the game. Chargers, 22, Raiders, 10. Dobbins had a bunch of rush yards, and that's also Harbaugh's first win. Seahawks 26, Broncos 20. Kenneth Walker had over 100 yards rushing, I believe.
Do you have him in fantasy?
I did. That's why I knew that.
That's why
one.
you knew that stat.
And then I watched Bo Nix, who had a couple interceptions, but there's some promise there.
Okay.
And Seahawks going to be good. The Broncos didn't lose by much. Cowboys 33, Browns 17. We did that. Bucks 37, Commanders 20. Baker threw 4 touchdowns.
Wow, Baker Mayfield.
And
you guys good?
I'm not bad, but
Okay.
he hasn't. I mean, no, we're
So
not
he's still the
whatever.
same? Still the same?
Yeah, no, he ignored me.
Then that's not that
He
impressive.
left me on red. So
It's not that impressive.
No, that
4
sucks.
touchdowns. Who cares?
college-wise, I'll give you a few headlines here. Michigan got whooped by Texas from the very beginning.
Yeah, different team.
It was game on, over, just big time. Penn State barely beat Bowling Green 34-27.
Really?
I don't want 2 overtime. Arkansas loss was terrible.
Yeah.
Georgia whooped Tennessee Tech. This wasn't a game. Notre Dame losing to Northern Illinois, which we played the call earlier. Crazy. That I wasn't even watching. I was just checking the score. I was like, no way this will last. No way this will last. No way. Oh my. Oh, they're gonna kick the field goal. They're gonna make. Oh my. It's over.
I got back to the hotel,
Unbelievable.
turned the TV on, and the first thing I saw was Northern Illinois celebrating. I'm like, what are they celebrating for?
Cam Rising got hurt in the Utah game.
Oh, no.
They beat Baylor 23-12. They say it's not going to be a serious injury.
Okay.
Ole Miss whooped MTSU, Middle Tennessee, Alabama. Beat Southern Florida 42-16, but it was not.
Yeah, that all came later at the end,
I
right?
think they scored 28 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That game is not what the score showed.
I saw it was really close at the half.
Missouri whooped Buffalo. Ohio State beat Western Michigan. Like, those aren't games. Tennessee had a game because they were at a neutral site playing North Carolina State. Tennessee was 14. North Carolina State was 24. Tennessee, they just whooped them 51-10. It was over. It was over. It was like men and boys playing each other.
Okay.
Oregon barely beats Boise State, which we talked about, and Kansas lost to Illinois 23-17. And yeah, that kind of stunk because we were rooting for Coach.
Yeah.
So, Reed, did you get to watch any? Well, not get. Did you watch any football at all?
I was pretty much driving the entire time, but I did have it on. It's probably illegal to do, but I did have it on my phone.
That's
and
what Eddie did.
Yeah.
But he had kids in the car, so his is worse.
They were watching it. I was
Okay.
listening to it.
Okay,
Hey,
yeah,
hey, wink,
yeah.
wink,
so
wink.
I did a little bit of the Packers game. I mainly just watched stuff to keep up with my fantasy a little bit. You know,
How'd you do?
I won.
Who'd you beat?
I did pretty good. Adam Hambrick.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I stuck out to Kevin pretty good.
Yeah, you did.
Ed Stroud and Nico Collins.
Yes. And you
And
got
Kenneth Walker.
And who's that? Who's the Kansas City receiver? Worthy.
Well, our commissioner, who's
I can't believe you got him so early. It wasn't even early. And I really
fifth
expected.
round.
I know it was earlier than I guess it would have. He would have normally gone. But I was ready to get him. Like I really was. Right around the time you got him.
well, our dopey commissioner sets the league up, and we're doing the draft during the first game. So it's the Chiefs and Ravens, and Worthy had already scored 2.
Dude, he looked awesome at
Maybe
the beginning of the
he
game.
had scored a touchdown, maybe even 2. And it was like 5th round as my pick. And if you draft him in your starting lineup, you get the points for that first game. So I was like, I was going to take him in the 6th or 7th round anyway, as like a flex Mahomes type.
Yeah.
And I was like, screw it. I'll take the 14 points and hopefully get me a week 1 win.
Of course.
Like, to me, I felt like that was I'm drafting for a win this week.
Yes. But it was sooner than I thought you would.
I would have drafted him that soon had he not scored maybe even 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Oh, good. Mike, did you win?
Bet you still has Purdy tonight, but I think I'll win.
What are you up by?
I'm up by like 30 points, I think.
Yeah. You win, Eddie?
It depends on tonight. I have Aaron Rodgers. I have Aaron Rodgers, and I have
You must be down then, huh?
Williams. I'm down by 40, and I feel like I could cover that.
And you have Aaron Rodgers
Yeah, and the receiver.
and Mike Williams?
Yeah,
his
Mike
receiver?
Williams.
Oof.
So
That's
it
tough.
just depends. If they go off, it's my game.
Well, if they go, yeah, but if going off is not
all I need is
25 and 15.
Yes, that's it. And I feel like that.
What does it say
that can
your
happen.
percentage to win is? I'd put
Nah,
you,
I'm at 30.
I was gonna put you at 30.
I'm at 30%.
Yeah. Not that the percentage matters, but those are the odds based on the past.
30 is a good percentage, I feel, with just 2 guys left, down by 40. Come on, baby.
But you're not probable.
I'm not probable.
Yeah.
But, no, dude, you ever did all those projections? I think out of
Nope.
all my projections,
I say projections are different than when they do the percentages. Those are 2 different things. Projections
Sure.
are just them making a guess on how many points they're going to score.
but I think the probability is made because of the projections.
I think the probability is also made, though, with how many players you have left.
Yeah,
Like, that's
that
also
too.
a factor.
Is that Watson doing that? Did it say like I think it's brought by
trade with IBM Watson?
Yeah.
I hate that thing. All right, it's a good week. It was good.
It was good. I wish I would have watched more, but
I mean,
all right. Next week.
Well, you had a reason.
I know. It was at my dad's funeral. But it was funny because that wasn't funny, and I got mad at my kids for doing it. But I would, we had like a wake or whatever on Saturday where people would, come and visit our family. And it's just a lot of talking and visiting with people. And I'd be talking to one of my dad's friends and he'd be telling me a story. And we're like, oh man, I miss dad. And then my kids would be like, Dad, Notre Dame's going to lose.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
feel like, not right now, son. Let me see that phone. So it was kind of like a little mix. I'm like, I wanted to know the updates, but it was very awkward when they would do that.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because that was a big deal. They lost Northern
It
Illinois.
was. They'd be like, Dad, Michigan sucks. Not right now, guys. I'm talking to someone.
All right, I think we're done. Thank you guys. Thanks, DraftKings. DraftKings, tip your whistle. Is
No, I don't have a whistle. Ooh, that's good.
That was really good.
that okay? We had to move venues from recording in the studio a minute ago to we had to come to my house to record. Mike, you got it?
Yep.
It hit us up. All right, we'll see you guys later on this week. Bye, everybody.